final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. New Mexico State will kick it off, but will be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Washington's offense will have the ball first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And
the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number 1, and they give up a sack on play 2.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Washington sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the New Mexico State Aggies offense will go to work for the first time. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
Looking downfield, it's Flynn. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. They'll try the run. There he goes. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Touchdown, Aggies. A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. The Huskies line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catches signaled for and made. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got him downfield. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it from the gun. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. They'll give it to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Looking to throw, it's Flynn. Under fire. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Pressure coming. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Well, the defense has been able to get after this guy early and often in this game, and it's affecting his accuracy, and it's affecting this offense's ability to throw the football consistently.
Oh, they're after him. On the move, he fires. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They bring him down.
Decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
Got a little space. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. And the Huskies come to the line situation, you might see a shot play. Here's the handoff. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. The play action fake. Quick completion on the outlet. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. As they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's it for the period. Break coming, and New Mexico State has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. First play of the period will be a second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Now facing a third and long. Sends it back in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Huskies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Give to the back. Oh, he got loose. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to get it in with the run. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to power it in. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Right down the boulevard. This is now a 7-point game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, guys.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Looking for a man. It's Flynn. Snagged out of the air.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Aggies are on the move. Quarterback on the keeper. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. Here's the heat. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Oh, this is a bad, bad shank. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Leaves it with the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Second down, they'll go to the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Washington sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Power football with the run. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Flynn. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got an open man. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll immediately call timeout. They love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And that is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the minute. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to the gorgeous Pacific Northwest and the fellas at UW.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Looking to throw, it's Flynn. Pocket breaking down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Wilson. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Pushes ahead. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up a 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the ground with the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the 1st down. Now they'll run the draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To the air. It's Flynn. Flips it out to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? He'll off one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Wilson. And that ball is live in the backfield. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
Turning it on. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. New Mexico State now working from the red zone. Leaves it with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it from the gun. He breaks a tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Dropping back, it's Flynn. Touchdown, New Mexico! Mexico State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Rice is having its way offensively, just marching up and down the field at a breathtaking pace. They're up by 15 over Oklahoma State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they've got on second down. On the ground with the counter. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. There's the pressure. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the fourth time today. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. Kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker in Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they can also blitz. This guy can do it all.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. That's it for this period. New Mexico State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no... Breaks into the open. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Washington right back to the line. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
And the Huskies can really attack on this second and short. They'll leave it with him. And he won't get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and a... But he's plays here. The Huskies come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Working that left side now. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll run the sneak for it. It's first down from the 11. To the air on first down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
3rd and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. Fires to the big fella. Gives him the big stiff arm. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense earns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. He'll keep it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. From the gun, the give, looking for room. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to go up top on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the catch. It's DeLuca. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31. And he's just going to spike it. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. A strike downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like to understand, like I've got a chance to come in and win this game and not just give us lip service. They told us this could happen throughout the week, but they believed. Even when it got a little difficult, got a little up in the air, they kept fighting, they kept believing, and they get the huge win.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.